Good evening, VV Nation. Happy Thursday and welcome to the channel. My name is Ryan. Always a pleasure giving these 6 p.m. videos. Now, earlier this week on the live streams, I got a lot of comments asking about penny stocks. So tonight's presentation, we're going to utilize the VectorVest 7 software to go fishing for some low dollar winners. We shall harness the power of the VectorVest 7 software to find stocks under $5 that are undervalued and with rising forecasted earnings per share. So if you're looking for some high quality, low price stocks, you've came to the right place. So let's go ahead and jump in the VectorVest software. All right, big event coming up. We got the Las Vegas 2-day investment seminar coming September 20th, 21st, 2025. You can achieve the VIP experience in person. Just go to vectorvest.com/Vegas to register now. All right, we're in the VectorVest 7 software and we're on the Unisearch part of the program. This is where we can filter out the database. Now we're looking for stocks under $5. On top of that, the stock price has to be greater than their stock value. So these have to be undervalued stocks, not price targets, but just lets us know if we're paying a premium or not for a position. As well, the forecasted earnings per share must be trending higher over the last 5 weeks. When I ran the search, these were the top 10 stocks in the list. The reason why these 10 are at the top of the list is because of VST. So out of all of the undervalued, under $5 stocks out there, these are the ones with the highest combination of overall value, safety, and timing. And on top of that, look at the earnings growth rate, double digits across the board here. So not a bad batch of stocks to see if we can get some fishing opportunities here. I will say sales growth rate, not very uplifting. But what I do like is that there's no sell recommendations in the bat, and almost half of them currently have buy recommendations. So let's jump in the charts and see if these any stocks have some potential. First on the list will be Andean Precious Metals. I like the price action. Smooth, lower left, upper right. I like the fact that value is rising. Price action currently just chasing value to the upside right now. And I will say this, look at the retest here. Coming up soon on the 20-day EMA. We've seen that as a nice pivot in the past on this run. It could shape up to be another pivot for the bulls going forward. As far as forecasted data, growth rate and earnings is on the rise. Sales growth rate is faltering, but with EPS also on the rise here, not a bad stock to have on your radar. Now here's another position, AEHL, very range bound over the last 6 months. If we go to a year here, we can see price action and momentum to the downside, as well as a split about 6 months ago. Forecasted data looks great, but the stock price action not very favorable. The stock's got to get out of its own way. Now here's another stock, Math, MATH. I like this jump up in valuation here as well. After the jump up, we're still seeing some follow through to the upside with valuation over $5, currently coming in at $5.33. The stock only trading at $3.53, and with growth rate and earnings at 23%, not a bad stock to have on your radar. Now, my caveat here, sales growth rate is negative 100%, but what I do like, look at the earnings per share, a little bit of a turnaround story. It went from negative to positive over the last 12 months, giving me some optimism for the company's fundamentals going forward. Now here is Weemy Hologram. Let's zoom into a 3-month time span. The stock's been under pressure quite a bit here, very range bound. You can see almost a squeeze here. If I use Bollinger Band, something like that, we would notice that squeeze. I will say if it does ever pop out of this pretty range bound channel that it's currently in, the 200 days closer to $10. So if we do get some momentum or breakout to the upside, this stock does have the potential to run quite a bit. Growth rate and earnings, 12%. Sales growth rate, negative 21%. And earnings per share is negative, but it's heading in the right direction. Now, our next position is IZEA. We can see price action broke the 40-day as well. Look at the upper wicks here at the 20-day and 40-day. I don't like this stock as well. So let's move to the next one here. Here's another one, eHealth. Let's go to 6 months. We can see the momentum clearly to the downside here. I want to get too motivated on this stock until we took out the prior swing high, coming in around $4.15. But what I do like is we notice value and price both on a decline here. Clearly that's not good, but look at valuation starting to flatten out along with price action. Let's see if valuation can tick up to give us a sense of a turnaround story here. Otherwise, 200-day moving average comes in around $6. So if there is a pop, there's definitely some room to run to the upside, as well as some additional resistance above that level around $8.50 to $8.90. Growth rate earnings, 31%. Sales growth rate, negative 8%. And with EPS ticking up, not a bad stock to have on your radar as well. Now here is Rigid Tech. I do like the valuation turning around here, finally moving to the upside. That's what I would like to see in the last stock chart, with value on the rise, price action on the rise, and actually retesting that 200-day moving average with a little bit of momentum to the upside this morning. Forecasted data, both in positive territory, and rising forecasted earnings per share. I do like this position. This stock here, not a lot of volume. I'm going to skip this one for this evening. Here is any Sphere 3D, slightly higher than it was 6 months ago, and we're seeing momentum pick up in price action over the last few weeks here as well. Look at the valuation also ticking up over the last week. Now we are right at the 200-day moving average currently, so I'd like to see price action break above this 200-day moving average, get a sense of momentum or follow through to the upside. The forecasted data, mixed bag here, 11% on the earnings side. Sales, negative 35%. I do like the fact that earnings per share is rising. And look down below, RT relative timing, finally in positive territory here, showing that the momentum is with the bulls. Now, the last stock this evening is going to be China Pharma, currently hitting that 200-day moving average as a level of resistance right now. The stock's undervalued. We currently valued at $213. Currently trading at $1.90. Again, I'd just like to see price action get above this 200-day moving average, giving me a sense of optimism for the bulls. Now, forecasted data, both on the rise, both double digits, EPS moving in the right way, and RT finally becoming favorable over the last few weeks here. Again, another stock to have on your radar for a potential breakout. Now, I hope everybody enjoyed these stock picks, some low dollar stocks here. Some of these stocks are showing some potential for trade setups in the near future. Now, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel and you want to watch more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow evening. Good night.
Yeah.